Dad, it was an accident. Don't call me, don't text me, don't even try to show up to my apartment and my office. Being with you was the worst mistake of my life, and it should have never gone as far as it did. Goodbye, Alan. Even if I tell him I met George Washington, he's gonna believe it, because I'm his daughter. What would keep you from telling Lorenzo who you are? Since you asked, I want 15% of your Russo Jeweler shares. Get off my wife. Get away from my wife right now. Just leave it alone, Udell. Don't you dare touch or get near my wife ever again. What right do you have to come at my wife like that today of all days? Alan, if you're here to rub off your misery on me, then you need to know that this isn't the place nor time. How did you find out that I've been sleeping with Dr. Murphy? I wouldn't even give you a penny, girl. Most of all, you're not getting 15% of the shares that rightfully belong to me. But it's okay for me to live the rest of my life without what rightfully belongs to me, correct? Because my simple request is the only thing keeping me from telling Lorenzo that you hid his youngest daughter from him for 20 whole years. What did you do, Keith? I already told you, Dad. It was an accident. Is JJ still alive? I'm not afraid of you, Udell. I'd rethink that if I were you. Get out, Owen. Just leave. And don't go anywhere near me or my family ever again. Let him go, Udell. He's not worth it. Are you seriously not gonna tell him the truth, Wanda? What truth? What are you talking about? Admit it, Wanda. Admit that you love me as much as I love you. You and Dr. Murphy are what? Don't do that, Dad. Don't act dumb. Watch your tone with me, Alan. It doesn't make sense for Dr. Murphy to end things with me, out of the blue. I don't know how long you've allowed Terry to use you as her little toy, but maybe you should accept the fact that she grew bored of you. I suggest you get over it and spend time with women around your own age. I've been with Dr. Murphy long enough to know that she was terrified of the thought that you'd find out about us. What are you holding over her head, Dad? What do you want with my shares? Let me just remind you that the only reason I came to Valley Park was to know what my father was like. But you brought this upon yourself, Clarice. Since you couldn't mind your own business, you owe me. And I think giving me 15% is the right amount. I don't owe you a single thing. My family owes you nothing. Not when you're, in fact, a bastard. Alright then, let's see if Lorenzo feels that way when I tell him exactly who I am and why he never got the chance to read me bedtime stories to go to sleep. Vivian, wait. Are you asking if JJ is alive because you're concerned about your friend, or are you worried that if he wakes up, he'll explain what really happened? As a matter of fact, what are you doing here? Why are you not home, and how come you're disobeying your court order, Keith? Are you gonna have me arrested, Dad? You're crazy if you think that putting your tongue down my wife's throat will make her fall in love with you. Maybe I am crazy, but you have no idea what Wanda and I mean to one another, Udell. Are you actually trying to make things worse, Owen? I'm not playing games with you anymore, Wanda. Not since Udell caught us this time. This time? Wanda, what does he mean by this time? Don't give in, Udell. Maybe we should be the ones to go. I'm not going anywhere until I know exactly what's going on here. Wanda, Owen just said that you two were caught this time. Has something like this happened before? Look me in my eyes and please tell me that you haven't allowed him to kiss you before. I'm sorry, Udell. I'm so sorry. Even if I do have something over Terry's head, what do you think you're going to be able to do? Whatever it takes to protect her. How embarrassing. Sleeping with a woman old enough to be your mother makes you feel like a grown man, huh? I am a grown man. And I'm not gonna let you control my life, Dad. Not anymore. Why are you so eager to see Terry and I apart? Because you're a living crash dummy. Every time I look away, Alan, you just make bad decision after bad decision. Sleeping with Terry is an example of stupid decisions you've made. Investing in crypto, which costs you half of your inheritance. Disrespecting your Zia Elvira by using her image in AI to haunt the Mitchells. Causing us to lose a portion of our Russo Jewelers shares until they handed it back. What's worse is that I was stupid enough to listen to an idiot like you and go after Theodosius' palace to help make up for the inheritance you lost, possibly costing me Isabel for good. You call what I do controlling, but I call it love. So what? If you hated me, then you treat me like Cinderella? Believe it or not, Alan, I can't ever hate you. If I hated you, then I would just sit by and let you self-destruct. As your father, you just have to trust that I'm protecting you from Terry, because what she did to our family is unforgivable. What did Dr. Murphy do that was so bad? I'd like to know that as well. If you ain't gonna give me the shares, then I don't want to listen to anything you've got to say. Fine, I'll give 5% of my shares. I ain't asked for 5%. 5% is more than enough for you. As an employee, you know how successful Russo Jewelers is. 5% is enough to take care of you for the rest of your life. Did you offer to give me 5% of Russo Jewelers when you found out Lorenzo got my mama pregnant? I didn't think so. Since you keep reminding me of how I'm your husband's illegitimate child, you felt like I had no right to the shares to begin with. If you had it your way, I would have lived the rest of my life without him. Not only do I want the shares that I'm entitled to, I want interest for lost time. Have you ever heard of the saying that every girl needs her daddy? Because of you, I lived an entire childhood without even knowing the man's name. So either give me 15% or else we got no deal and I'll go out asking Lorenzo if he'd like to take me to the next available daddy-daughter dance. I never thought I'd see this day, unless I'm hallucinating. Don't worry, Alyssa. This is real. Wow. And to think none of us ever saw this coming last year. Believe it or not, I never knew I'd feel so relieved that Vanessa wouldn't give me a dirty look and walk away from me. Where's JJ? Wasn't he with you? He went inside to use the bathroom. I just hope he didn't get lost because he's been in there for quite a while. I can't wait to tell Vanessa and JJ. This news will definitely help keep their minds off of everything. What about how you're feeling, Shelly? Are you ready to raise another baby when our first baby is about to head off to college in a year? Now that Vanessa and JJ are teenagers, we're basically starting over. We are starting over, but at least we're wiser, and I'm glad that this baby will have an older brother and an older sister who will adore them. Finnegan, how come you still have my number? I don't have enough time, Jeremiah. I just called an ambulance. You need to get inside of the house quickly. It's JJ. 1. Udell, it doesn't matter. I love you. When did you let this joker kiss you, Wanda? Don't talk to her like that. Be quiet. Okay, fine. I'll tell you. Owen, it was on Independence Day. That long? And you kept something this major from me? After you know how much Elvira hurt me? You do something like this? I didn't say anything because it meant nothing, Udell. It was just a kiss, nothing more. Are you sure about that? Owen, just shut up and leave. I can't believe I'm agreeing with him, but I'd like to know the answer too, Wanda. Was it more than just a kiss? I'm your wife, Udell. Your wife. I love you. You're the one I'm committed to. After Yvette's hearing, Heidi walked up to us and said that our family would fall apart. Is this what she was talking about? Heidi doesn't know anything. She's just mad that Yvette wasn't thrown in prison. Don't let her get what she wants. She knew something was going on between you two. Like an idiot, I didn't even notice. After all these years, I learned nothing after Elvira betrayed me the way she did. Now it makes perfect sense as to why you and Elvira were such good friends. Udell! It's gonna be alright, Wanda. Don't get near me. I mean it, Owen. Don't try to contact me and don't even think about me ever again. Stay away from me and stay away from my family. And I'm gonna save my family. The first step is to convince myself that you don't even exist. Dad, how long? I heard everything, Essador. Alan, I'm appalled by your reckless behavior. As for you, Essador, I'm disappointed that you keep trying to clean up Alan's messes, but can't get your son to get his act together. No, I only save it, Alan. It's one thing to just waste away half of your inheritance, but as to allow outsiders to get a hold of Russo Jewelers, my father's company, Essador, I expected so much from you. But we got the shares back, Dad. Save it. I don't want to hear your excuses. The fact that you allowed the Mitchells to get a hold of Russo Jewelers' shares after what they put Maximilian through is unforgivable. But you mentioned that Dr. Murphy did something unforgivable to our family. What are you hiding, Isidore? This conversation isn't over. I will ask you again. What do you plan to do with the shares? Nothing really. After I finish up with this internship, I want to leave with a little piece of home. You won't change your mind. You will be gone for good after the internship, and you'll never have to hear from me again. You can go on pretending like I never existed. But if you tell Ben or anyone else what went on here today, then I'll make sure to be worse than the worst nightmares you've ever had about me. You're 15% for my silence. The choice is yours, Clarice. Fine, I'll sign them over. It was good doing business with you. I'll be seeing you around. JJ! Baby, can you hear me? What happened? I don't know. I just came in here and he was like this. JJ, it's okay. Mama's here. Your father and Papa, we're here. Just hang on, baby. Hang on.